It's Lee here from the Customer Success team to continue our discussion about expenses. In this video, I'm going to add some additional expenses to the projections. I can select Add Expense, and additional expenses such as vehicle purchases or lump sum gifts to kids or travel, renovations, etc. These can be entered here to separate them out from the base expenses. Note that you can highlight additional information by using the check marks. Just hover your mouse over those to get extra information about each column. This will be a joint expense. We're going to use the general inflation value, which is set up under the scenario setup general page. This expense is going to start from the first year of the plan, so we're not going to enter anything into the from age, leaving it blank. We'll start in the first year. We're going to have this expense continue until age 85. I can also use the settings icon here to adjust the specific date. I want to choose that this happens every 10 years. And I also would like to highlight this expense in my cash outflows chart. Next, they're going to go on a vacation that's planned, $10,000. This is the future dollar amount. And this time we're going to select that it's not joint, just to show you the difference. Let's choose not to use inflation for this one. I just put a 0%, so the amount in the future will be exactly $10,000. This is going to happen at age 65, only for 1 year, but if I have the from age and to age the same, this will only happen in the 1 year. And again, we'll highlight this expense. You can highlight up to 6 expenses, additional expenses on the cash outflows chart. So let's take a look at what that looks like on the planning page. Because this is a couple, I want to go to the combined planning page. It's on the combined page where you're going to be able to edit expenses for the couple. So the base expenses are $84,000 a year, and these additional expenses, you can see the total amount. If you'd like to see the individual amounts, then what we need to do is go to the individual pages. So for a joint expense, it's split 50-50 between the couple. So that's why John has $15,000 for the vehicle in the first year, and Jane as well, $15,000 in the first year. You can see that is indexed with inflation, so it goes up over time. For Jane, she has a negative base expense, and what's happening here is that she doesn't have any income to go against this vehicle purchase. So what we can do in these years before the CFM start age, this is the manual cash flow management time where we're going to need to manually make contributions and withdrawals. We'll set up a TFSA withdrawal, so I can tell the software that that money is going to come from the TFSA. So when I click Run Scenario, now we have a withdrawal from this TFSA, and she no longer has a negative position here for her base spending. In the future year, so when she needs to come up with the $18,465, the software is just withdrawing as much as it needs to. So you can see here it's actually taking more from the joint account in order to cover that expense. So another option would be to create a new loan that would start in a future year to go against the purchase. We can see on John's page that he has both the joint expense listed as well as this vacation that he's going to pay for in the year he turns 65. And again, it just makes sure to take enough from his joint investment account here to cover that expense. Now this is withdrawals that are following the default withdrawal logic in Snap, which you can change using the settings button up here to turn on the cash flow management order column and make adjustments, or we could also specify a withdrawal again. So let's put in the $10,000 withdrawal from the TFSA that year to cover the vacation. So now let's take a look at the chart. We'll go to the combined page and access the charts button at the top. And the very first page, very first chart is called Cash Outflows. And here are the vehicle and the vacation expense that we highlighted. If we hadn't highlighted them when we set them up, then they would just show up as an additional expense item in this chart. We can also see the cash outflows under the report. So under the cash flow summary, we have these additional expenses. And there you have it, how to enter additional expenses in Snap. Thanks for watching.